Hello, everybody! Hope you're all doing well. So, sorry about the little bit of delay. To be perfectly honest, I was caught up watching a video. I was caught up watching something online. I wanted to finish it before I started stream. So, apologies. Apologies. But I'm here now, for better or worse, I suppose. Man, I really like to self-deprecate myself whenever at the start of these, don't I? Oh well. So, we are back with some Labyrinth of Grisaia. It's been a little bit. Turns out a month. It's been about a month. That's about right. If I'm rotating my stuff properly, it should be about a month between weeks I play this stuff. And it's pretty close. Sorta, kinda. But anyway, we're back with some Labyrinth of Grisaia. Hey, Nick, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, good, Actually, it's getting closer to evening here, so yeah. Evening to you too, I suppose? It's a lot closer to evening than it really is to afternoon now. Whew. So, what happened last time we actually went through Labyrinth here? We went on a date with Yumiko. We specifically went out of our way to take her on a date. This is also after more lessons with the other girls. Because she's wanting to learn more... She's wanting to learn more skills for the future. That kind of thing. But then also she wants good old Yuji to take her out on an actual proper date. Because it's been like a year and they haven't had one like that. And they made sure not to, like, really tell anyone they were doing this and trying to leave after everyone else has kind of already left and settled in their routine because, well, Yumiko wanted it to be perfect. We're on Yumiko's after story, by the way. We're continuing on through that. Unfortunately, everything they did involved some of the other girls showing up. They tried going shopping for art supplies. And, guess who also happened to be there looking for art supplies? Fucking Amane and Machina. But they end up having a good time kind of chatting about it before parting ways. So they finally get to that little riverbank where where Yumiko always draws, and they're ready to have a picnic, too, as well. And then Sachi and Michiru show up and kind of force their way into it for a little bit. But again, they also kind of end up having a little bit of fun too, before they eventually part ways once again. So, if I remember correct now, we left off right as the date kind of ended. We saw a flash forward before the date stuff even started, and Yumiko was kind of pissed that, things went that way. But what can you do when your classmates like to show up out of the blue? Even when you take every precaution to not have them appear. Alright. So yeah, we're just gonna continue off literally where we left off and see kind of where it takes us. Yeah, that makes sense. Having a save at like 12:25. Yeah, that's about where I'd end off normally. That makes sense. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Again. Okay, so the date's already over. I guess she changed her mind. It wasn't actually that bad. Perhaps because it's a port city, Mishima Cape wakes up very early. By 4 a.m., lines of shipping trucks are already speeding down the prefectural highway, carrying fresh marine produce and other goods to the Tokyo area. Accordingly, the early morning air is full of a peculiar scent, half sea breeze, half exhaust fumes. That's definitely a smell. Lifting my arms into the air, I slowly bend backward. Nothing like an early start to get your day going. Right, Yumiko? As I stretch my body, I speak to the woman at my side. But strangely, no response is forthcoming. Yumiko? Turning to the side, I find Yumiko crouched down on the ground, hugging her knees miserably. What's all this, then? We're going on a date today, so why gloomy right off the bat? I shake her shoulder lightly, prompting her to emit a long, heavy sigh. Oh no, what did you do this time? Pardon?
ちょっとユージに優しくされてデートに誘われたからって、こんな朝早くに起きてあなたを引っ張り出すとか、もうね。
Have you met him? This guy will be up at the crack of dawn to go for like a 2-hour run. This is nothing. This is nothing. Ah, now I get it. She'd been bubbling over with enthusiasm till just before we left the dorm, so I was wondering why she suddenly stopped talking. Guess that explains it.
こんなだからみんなからもコケにされちゃうんだわ。情けない。
What, talk about self-deprecate. I was just talking about me being self-deprecating. Yumiko is like the queen right now. Yeesh. And now the girl's drawing circles in the dirt with her finger. Feels like she's about to turn into a piece of ASCII art through the power of sheer misery. I honestly wouldn't mind teasing Yumiko a bit more at this point, but I think she might get legitimately angry with me. Probably best to cheer her up instead. Good call, buddy. Good call. I don't see a problem. I was happy to see how excited you were.
そうなの?
She just gets so bashful now. She's not as standoffish and, you know, Yumiko. She's always like, huh? What? Huh? She's so timid now. Yeah. Makes me glad I took the time to submit that request for leave. For the moment, I decide not to mention that JB made the process significantly more annoying by grilling me like a nosy mother-in-law. But I'm not nearly dumb enough to bring up another woman's name just as we're beginning our day together.
ユージがそう言ってくれるのなら嬉しい。
Fortunately, it seems like I've managed to markedly improve Yumiko's mood. Alright then. Next up, we have to decide how we're getting there. We're getting a very early start. Naturally, Chizuru hasn't even arrived at Mihama yet. And given that this trip's top secret, I can't go back to the dorm and borrow Amane's motorcycle. None of the usual public transportation options are running yet either. Getting up early just so we can wait around at the station for an hour would be pretty ridiculous. Also, if we waste too much time, it's pretty clear that a certain someone who just couldn't wait to start our little field trip is gonna get even more depressed. Guess we can try hitching a ride from one of the trucks, or... As I look up, I spot the headlights of a smaller sort of vehicle out the corner of my eye. After zigging and zagging across the road, the car veers suddenly out of its lane and speeds directly toward us.
ユージ、あの車こっちに来る。
Why is there a car running toward you? Noticing the vehicle's erratic behavior, Yumiko draws close to me. What the? I thought everything was wrapped up neatly. But maybe the danger hasn't truly passed? Although I stiffen up for a moment, the car abruptly swerves away when it's about 50 meters away from us. The tires squealing dramatically against the pavement, it slides to a halt at the side of the road. What was that all about?
何があったの？大丈夫かしら？
I don't know, but it's hard to imagine why they'd lose control on such a high visibility stretch of road. There might be something wrong with the driver. At first, I was worried someone might be after our lives, but that no longer seems to be a realistic possibility. Yeah, I mean, Michiaki can't go after us anymore. He won't go after us. He has no power, and he's kind of accepted he doesn't have any power anymore. He wants to try to become the person. An actual person with feelings that he lost due to his own father's rigorous, emotional and mental abuse. Possibly physical, too. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him. Pretty sure he was gonna, put hands... I think he has actually put hands on Yumiko. Yeah, Michiaki Sakaki is not a good guy. Like, yeah, fuck. It's been so long since his name has been said, it feels weird. And I've stopped calling Yumiko Sakaki. Even Yuji stopped calling her Sakaki. So I just Yumiko, and I forget how it's... Ugh. Because it's Japanese, I sometimes forget that the family name will come first a lot. Like, technically her name in Japan is Sakaki Yumiko. Sakaki being the family name, Yumiko being her her first name, her personal name. But if you're over in North America, her name would be Yumiko Sakaki. My mind gets jumbled sometimes of which to say first and what order and what's what. And then when you involve parents that have the same one in there, then I'm completely fucked. So her dad is Sakaki Michiaki. Okay, that's it. I got it now. There, I can pretend like I know what this game's about again and who the characters are. I can pretend. Oh. Ooh. Did that too quickly. There we go. Oh. Alright. Alright, let's proceed after that, whatever that was. Do I know? No, I don't. I never know the noises I make. I just make noises. Half of them being me choking and gagging on my own vocal cords, but whatever. Out of concern for the driver, we decide to head over to the vehicle and take a closer look. Hey, you alright? Alert for the possibility of a hold-up attempt, I approach the car cautiously and knock against the driver's side window. Excuse me? An out-of-place Kansai drawl rings out in the dry morning air. Oh, great. He's from the sticks. Startled by the sudden shout from within, Yumiko jumps backward. Oh, good fuck. Oh my god, this guy came for a booty call and got stood up. After a good bit of hootin' and hollerin', the blonde man in the car stops ignoring us long enough to glance in my direction. His eyes instantly go wide. Leaning out the window, he pushes his face uncomfortably close to mine. Wait. No. No, 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 no. Is this the dude we, like, semi-carjacked and then cucked his frozen turkey into a jet engine? Is this that guy? I wasn't expecting him to come back. Right. For some reason, he proceeds to reach out and vigorously shake my hand.
え、ユージの知り合いなの？
No, can't say I do. Judging from the way he's acting, we presumably met somewhere before, but I'm honestly drawing a blank. This is the dude we carjacked. With him still in the car.
懐かしいな。あん時兄ちゃんが急に道路に出とったからなんや思ったけど、まさかそこからあんなカーチェイスになるとは思わなんだ。
It is him! It is the dude! It is the guy we carjacked! We carjacked him because he had a fast imported foreign car. And then also happened to have a frozen turkey in the trunk for a party he was going to. Which we used as a projectile to gum up a fucking jet intake. That scene was so ridiculous. I love it. I can't believe he comes back. Oh, I never saw this CG. This is what the guy looks like? Oh my god. Oh. Oh! That was you, wasn't it? The man's words finally trigger a spark of recognition. On a summer day some time ago, I was forced to chase desperately after a group of kidnappers in order to rescue Yumiko. In the course of that effort, I briefly borrowed a sports car from this blonde man in front of us. Yeah, I know, right, Nick? I know. Right. How have you been?
元気も何も大変やったんやで、あんたのせいで。あの後、スパイダーも前がへこんでしもて、俺もへこんでしもって。
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm very sorry about all that. As a result of some dramatic maneuvering that culminated in me hurling a frozen turkey into an airplane engine, his car did suffer fairly extensive damage.
ああ、それはもうええねん。
Yeah, it's been like a year. I'm sure you've forgiven me and paid it off by now.
その後、あんたの関係者やって女の綺麗な軍人さんが来て、ピンサラにして帰っていきよったからな。別に恨んでへんで。
JB, probably. Oh. That a fact? Must have been JB. Or Chiata. That company really is thorough about cleaning up after its people. Can't help feeling a bit grateful. But anyway. Stepping back a little, I take a more careful look at the vehicle in front of me. I see you're still driving some damn nice cars. The man's face breaks into an easy grin. Seems like he was waiting for me to say something.
せやろ、ラクサスの LFA やっと納車になったから嬉しゅうってこっちまで乗ってきてしもったんや。
Hey buddy, how about you drive them to where they want to go? I know that's exactly where this is going. They're gonna borrow his car again. Though at least this time they don't have, you know, someone being kidnapped to deal with. I'm sure he doesn't have another turkey in the trunk that needs to get chucked into a jet engine again. I mean, if it happens, holy shit, what are the odds? The spider he was driving last time was incredibly was an incredibly expensive car in its own right. But an LFA's definitely not something you see every day. Yeah, we got trademark free names. We gotta protect ourselves so we don't get sued. Lexus is the ultimate luxury brand of Japan's largest car manufacturer, and the LFA is its top-of-the-line custom-order supercar. The price has to be at least 3 times that of their flagship saloon or LS models. So this is cutting-edge Japanese tech at work, huh? Looks like a real feat of precision manufacturing.
わかっとるな。やっぱりこういう細かいとこが日本人しとるよな。
I hear Lexus has some pretty impressive service, too. Don't they roll out a red carpet for you in a reception room when you're signing the papers?
おお、それそれ。あれがまた嬉しくてな。ちょっとドア開けただけやのに、お上手です。とか言ってくれてな。たまらんねんな。
Did you then go and take a shit in their toilet and they said, "Congratulations on the bowel movement, sir. Quite impressive." Yeah, you seriously got one nice ride here. The man's face glows with pride as he sings the praises of his LFA. Leaning in close to his beak of a nose, I repeat myself in a deliberate tone of voice. A very nice ride.
Huh?
Not again! In inverse proportion to the man's fading shriek, the needle in the speedometer soars steadily upward. Oh, this feels great! It's my first time actually riding in one of these things. The acceleration's powerful enough to make my whole body tremble. And unlike the Spider, you can really tell you're controlling a massive, solid hunk of metal. It's a pretty damn good feeling. My body's definitely feeling the G-force, but the frame of the car itself stays remarkably stable. This is truly a magnificent car! Whatever you paid for this, it's well worth the investment. Why don't we push her a little further? With no further ado, I slam down on the accelerator. Oh my god. He's just opening it up. The G-forces on my shoulders instantly grow even more intense. It almost feels like my hands are floating forward in space. What? Please. Doing the speed limit in a beast like this would be downright disrespectful. Let's kick it up a notch. As my blonde friend's pressed back into his seat by the G-force, his attempt at speech slurs incoherently into a high-pitched little shriek. Desperation in his eyes, he reaches out and shakes Yumiko, who's sitting quietly in the passenger seat. However, she offers no response whatsoever. Oh my god, they did it. I can't believe he did it again. There we go. Last straightaway coming up. As I pull sharply around the corner, a long straight stretch of road opens up before me. And once more, I push my right foot fiercely down on the accelerator. Whoever they got to do the voice and noises for this man is... oh my god, this guy is so good. Look, I know I got carried away, and I'm sorry. Can you try to just forgive me, Yumiko? As I offer her my earnest apologies, Yumiko responds by muttering resentfully under her breath. She's like, are you fucking kidding me? You invite me out on this date, and you started off by carjacking a man and taking it for a fucking test drive. You go and stunt drive around the fucking Cape.
あまりスピード出すと怖いって言ってたのに。
Seriously, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. I convinced the man to give us a ride, and he even allowed me to take the wheel of his car. All well and good. But then I decided Yumiko might enjoy a pleasant little joyride. And regrettably, that attempt at kindness seems to have completely backfired. To make matters worse, I got so entranced by the car's performance that I ended up driving like something of a maniac. I haven't been behind the wheel in a while, and I just got caught up in the moment. It won't happen again, okay? I really am sorry. I'm confident I wasn't putting Yumiko, or the blonde man for that matter, in any real danger, but that's no excuse for scaring the living daylights out of them. It wouldn't be right to turn this one into a joke. She deserves a sincere apology. Well, for once, he's not going to make a joke at it. I mean, he already did that earlier, but still. He's changing. He's actually Yuji is actually changing.
まあユージもたまには気分を解放したい時だってあるでしょうし、別にいいんだけどね。
Okay. Yumiko's attitude changes so suddenly that I'm caught flat-footed. Maybe this is those tsundere lessons at work? It's probably better not to ask, though. Might end up fanning the flames of her anger. Good man, no one to shut up. Where the hell'd they go? About 10 minutes after we got out of the car and started walking, we arrive at the hot spring town where we'll be spending the day. Oh! Alright. Hell yeah! Hot springs. That's calm, relaxing, and also romantic at the same time. Good date choice. Very good date choice. This place is one of the more popular vacation spots in Nishizu. Although it's still early in the morning, there's already a few tourists out and about. It took a while giving me another day off, so I asked around. Everyone said this is a great place to relax.
周りの
Yeah. Don't worry, though. I talked to my coworkers, not our classmates.
そうなら大丈夫ね。バレたりしなくて。
I swear to God, if the other girls manage to show up here. Breathing a sigh of relief, Yumiko returns to looking around the area. Almost all the tourists on the street seem to be couples dressed in yukatas. A few of the pairs don't look that much older than us. Fixing her gaze on a young man and woman engaged in some cheerful window shopping, Yumiko murmurs a comment to no one in particular.
なんだか新婚旅行みたい。
Hmm? You say something?
なんでもないなんでもない。
She's already thinking of wedding bells. I see. Thought I heard something about this feeling like a honeymoon trip.
聞こえてるじゃないの。
As Yumiko blushes angrily, I reach out and wrap my arms around her. Yumiko looks up at me with bewilderment in her eyes, her face even redder than before.
ちょっとみんな見てるわよユージ。
Who cares? Let's show them how affectionate we are.
そんな。
I strengthen my embrace and hold Yumiko still. After a moment, she stops squirming. Patting her head gently, I bring my mouth to her ear.
どうしたの。
Seems she's still perplexed by the sudden hug. Might as well enlighten her. Just wanted to make sure you knew. We really are on our own here. I hear Yumiko inhale sharply. From the rhythm of her breathing, I can tell her heartbeat's growing faster. Today's just for the two of us. Let's not think about anything except each other. Alright? With a big nod, she extracts herself from my arms for the moment.
じゃあ早速ユージにお願いしたいことがあるんだけどいいかしら。
Oh? For some reason, her gaze seems a bit hesitant, even shy. Of course, I'll do anything you want.
それじゃあ。
Slipping up next to me, she takes hold of my left arm and proceeds to entwine both of hers around it, a smile of childish delight spreading across her face.
ずっとユージとこうやって歩いてみたかったの。
That's adorable. What? Is that all?
こんなとは何よ。すごく特別なことなのよ。これでも。
Even as she pouts, Yumiko's voice stays bright and cheerful.
だってすごく新婚さんっぽいじゃない。
I hear her loud and clear this time, but decide to pretend otherwise.
さあ行きましょうユージ。
Right. Arm in arm, we set off down the broad streets of the hot spring town. Thanks to our unusually early arrival, there aren't all that many pedestrians out yet. It's the ideal time for a leisurely stroll around the area.
大きな温泉街なのね。びっくりしたわ。
Yeah. It's apparently been here forever, and they've been getting a lot of attention lately.
ふん。
Oh no, what now? Yumiko seems to be enjoying the walk, but every once in a while, she flinches slightly, then looks carefully around the area. What's got you so jumpy?
その誰か見てるんじゃないかって気になって。
You know what? After a year of being on the run and constantly looking out for people trying to find you, it's a hard habit to break. Like, absolutely, a hard as hell habit to break. I don't blame her for still, like, you know, kind of checking, looking over her shoulder all the time. I did my best to reassure her earlier, but it seems the girl's still a bit anxious. I'm not sure if she's just worried about her classmates, or if having men in suits stalking us for months left her a bit traumatized. Whatever the case, I don't think this nervous energy is doing her much good. Yumiko.
何言う。
Okay, just kissing her isn't gonna solve all your problems, dude. The instant Yumiko turns to face me, I press my lips to hers. Her eyes dart self-consciously around the area, but she doesn't actually try to break the kiss. After enjoying myself fully, oh my god, I finally pull away. By this point, Yumiko's eyes are full of bliss, but she still does her best to narrow them into a glare. Oh my god.
もう急に何なのよ。
Told you to relax, but you obviously didn't get the message. Thought that warranted a punishment. Kisses aren't a punishment, they're a reward, dude. What the fuck? You do something bad, I'm gonna kiss you. You do something good, I'm gonna kiss you. It doesn't work. She could do literally anything. Your response is gonna be smooch 'em?
わかったわ。もっと堂々と振る舞えってことね。
Exactly.
じゃあ私もそうするわ。
Craning her neck slightly, she retaliates with a kiss to my cheek. Uh-huh. Naturally, her face is bright red a moment afterward.
さ、次の店行くわよ。
With that, she begins to stomp forcefully forward, pulling me along by the arm. Rather than teasing her, everyone else in the area watches a bit nervously. I guess they can see the intensity in her eyes. Good grief. Hi, Charlie Brown. Smiling wryly, I follow in the footsteps of my oddly competitive and easily embarrassed girlfriend.
湯気がたくさん上がっているわね。
Well, it's a hot spring. There's gonna be a lot of steam. Most of the little town's various gift shops have baskets out in front, all of which seem to be emitting impressive clouds of white steam. Oh. Hot spring buns, huh? Hear they're a local specialty of sorts.
あまねが時々お土産で持ってきてたものね。
Yeah. I'm sure they're even better freshly made, though.
ふん。
Alright, she doesn't seem like it, but you can win Yumiko over with snacks. You can win her over with snacks. She likes her food as much as everybody else. Ooh. Stretch, stretch. Oh. Ugh. Calling over the owner of the shop, I buy us a pair of freshly steamed buns. After Yumiko takes hers, we both dig in.
おいしい。
Instants later, Yumiko's face blossoms into a smile. Well, I'm not surprised there. Freshness really does make a difference, doesn't it? Never had one this good before. Of course, if we let that convince us to buy some and bring them back, they probably won't taste nearly this delicious by the time we get there.
おいしいわね。寮のお土産にたくさん買って帰りましょう。
There we go. Well, why don't we worry about that after we've looked around a bit more?
うん。
Yumiko looks a bit puzzled by the way I deflected her enthusiastic suggestion. If her excitement doesn't fade, I guess it wouldn't really hurt to buy a few later. A little disappointment could add some flavor to a trip, in a way.
松島さんならきっと店ごと買い占めるとか言って騒いでたに違いないわ。 ユージ、どうしたの？黙って顔を見たりして。
Stop bringing up our friends. Nah, it's nothing important. Let's head to the next shop, shall we?
あ、うん。
Once we get outside the hot spring buns area, we find ourselves among noticeably older groups of tourists. Many of the things being sold here are pickled vegetables, boiled fish, and similarly salty souvenirs.
ぐっと色合いが地味になったわね。
Oh, what the heck's going on, Bitrate? Going a little funky right now. Don't know why. I mean, it's still stable, but it's just kind of going a little ooh. It shouldn't look bad on your guys' end, I don't think. And I don't have anything else running other than just Steam that this is on? Maybe I'll do another driver update or something later. And maybe before I leave, I'll reset the... I don't know. Maybe I'll reset the router real quick tonight, right after bed. Just so it's nice and fresh and good to go. But if you guys say there's no problems with it, I will keep... Ooh. What the fuck is going on? Process is running right now, right? No. Everything is sort of... Yeah, it's kind of a little all over the place. I haven't changed any of my settings. Oh, we seem to be good now. Let's proceed. Yeah, got a little funky there. Weird. It's still going funky. Okay, I gotta know what it looks like on your guys' end. Where is it? Right here. Oh, it looks fine. I'll just keep it open just in case. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, I'll just keep it open for now. Well, sure. Hot springs usually draw a pretty elderly crowd, you know?
そうね。あ、このお漬物美味しそう。
Moments after calling the food plain, Yumiko's already reaching out for a free sample.
うん、ちょうどいい浸かり具合ね。ユージも食べてみる？
Sure, why not? Picking out a small morsel with the provided chopsticks, I drop it into my palm before tossing it into my mouth. No, the download isn't keep going, so that's something. I'm just trying to eliminate possibilities. Yeah, maybe it's just... Maybe the weather's fucking up the line somewhere else in along the network, who knows. Or it's my power line being funky. Probably my power line just kind of being weird. That should be good, though. We'll be fine. The lingering fragrance of shisho leaves adds a nice accent to the refreshing flavor of the salt-pickled vegetables.
ね、いいでしょ?
Yeah, definitely. Bet it would go great with a meal.
あまねならもっとジャッジが厳しそうだけど、あの子は本場の生まれだし。
As Amane's name leaves her mouth, Yumiko chuckles softly. Come to think of it, she wasn't nearly this comfortable taking samples of food until she started going to the supermarket with Amane on a regular basis. Yeah, if Amane were here, she'd probably say her homemade stuff's better, and get herself into a glaring contest with the store's owner.
そうね。でもあの子の方が最終的に勝ってしまいそう。
As the words leave Yumiko's mouth, there's a remarkably gentle smile on her face. A few minutes later, we find ourselves in front of an establishment that certainly stands out. Weird. Okay. I mean, it's not going funky for me on the screen. On my phone when I'm looking at it. Weird. Guess it just wants to act up today.
Bukiya?
Oh! That's what the sign says, at least. The sign in question is shaped like a giant shuriken. The name of the shop's written on it in large, bold brushstrokes. Inside, we find piles of swords and chain sickles on the shelves, and heaps of shields lying on the floor. Behind the counter, where you'd usually expect to see a few t-shirts, they've hung suits of chainmail. I guess shops of this sort are roughly comparable to those weirder gift shops where tourists sometimes buy wooden swords for some inexplicable reason. But the range and realism of the weaponry on display in here definitely places it in a league of its own. My assumption was that Yumiko would find an enthusiast shop like this completely uninteresting, but... She's a weapons nut, isn't she? Learn something new about her every day. Calm yourself, Yumiko. They would have this place shut down a long time ago if that thing was real. That has to be like an RPG reference. Well, that's a surprise. Contrary to my expectations, she's bursting with enthusiasm from the moment we walk in the door. Then again, I guess she does spend a decent amount of time in the dorm playing games and browsing the internet. And she reads plenty of novels too. It isn't that surprising she'd see the appeal of this stuff. And besides...
Yuji? 今何か変なこと考えたでしょ。
No. Of course not.
本当に?
Yeah. Look at this, Yumiko. They got some Western fantasy-style helmets lying around over here.
どこどこ?
Ooh, shiny! Fortunately, I managed to direct Yumiko's attention elsewhere. Suggesting a connection between her fondness for box cutters and her interest in this shop definitely wouldn't have been wise.
ああ、この兜なんかは小峰さんあたりが喜びそうね。
Oh?
これ、こっちのモーニングスターとか、まさにイリスさんって感じがしない?
Why does a morning star scream Machina? Well, sure. Darting happily around the shop, Yumiko picks out various pieces of battle gear and assigns them to the dorm's residents. Figured as much. She might want to be alone with me, but in the end, she can't quite stop thinking about her friends back in Mihama. Normally, that kind of dependence might be seen as a negative thing. But in Yumiko's case, I think it's a sign of some real progress. Just wish she was more aware of it herself. She'd probably be able to interact with them more naturally if she was. It doesn't feel like we've been strolling around the stores for that long, but the morning's already flown past. I'm halfway through suggesting that we take a break for lunch when Yumiko raises a hand to interrupt me. Oh god, not a sneeze. Ugh. God damn. Whew. She proceeds to look carefully around the area for something or other. Thank you, thank you. What are you looking for?
ちょっとね。ここならいいわ。行きましょう。
We turned and head in the direction Yumiko indicated. The path leads us to a small park with a warm foot bath that's open to the public. Oh my god. I see. So this is what you were after. I'm just gonna check something real fast. What's Twitch's current status right now? It might actually be... Oh my god. Okay, I think actually it might be my internet because it's pretty slow right now, just loading pages. Unless there's... Okay, no issues on down detector. Twitch status, you gotta load? You gotta load Twitch status? Okay, yeah, okay, so it's all me. It's all 100% me then. Alright, that's fine. Every once in a while this stuff acts up, that's okay. It happens. But look at this is cute. This is a cute CG. She wanted to find a place to rest her feet so she can feed us. That's cute. That's adorable. Practically the moment Yumiko places her feet in the water, she's opening up the picnic basket she brought with us and retrieving our lunch from within. Conveniently, there's a table in front of us for food and drinks, with the warm water below us. It almost feels like I'm sitting at a traditional kotatsu.
ええ、準備だけはちゃんとしていたから。ほら、ユージ、早く口を開けて。
I think we're gonna draw some attention, but... Yumiko definitely won't be pleased if I leave her hanging. I hold my mouth open, allowing her to gently place a piece of fried egg inside it. While it's definitely a bit rude, memories of past disasters inspire me to chew somewhat cautiously. It's good. But fortunately, my fears prove unfounded. The familiar taste of a traditional Japanese-style fried egg spreads pleasantly through my mouth.
そう、よかった。
Look at that smile! She's like just... She's loving this. I love that she's loving this. I do. Like, I absolutely love this. This is great. This is, like, absolutely perfect. Visibly relaxing, Yumiko breathes a sigh of relief. From the looks of things, I'm willing to bet she practiced pretty intensely with Amane to make this meal possible.
さあ他のもどんどん食べて。卵焼きが大丈夫ならちゃんとできてるはずだから。
Sure, I'll do that. Leaning forward slightly, I take a closer look at the lunch Yumiko made us. I can see why she's so confident. The little trays are packed full of surprisingly high-quality side dishes. Alright, I want to see what actually, Twitch Inspector says right now. Twitch Inspector. I just want to see. Because my bitrate is kind of like all over the place. I don't have anything downloading. At least nothing should be. Come on. Oh, this is ridiculous. Come on. Yeah, sorry about the, lateness here. Okay, I've had 4 unstable events. That's probably when it's... Oh, good lord. Yeah. Something is up. Like, specifically today, something's up. And I don't know why. Weird. And we're kind of okay. I mean, this isn't great. Looking at it right now, it's not great. Especially compared to past broadcasts, like some of the last ones I've done. They were fairly consistent across the board. Little dips here and there, which, they happen. But right now, it's just like, ooh, everywhere. How long have I been going for so far? I'll just kind of keep that running in the background, just so I can check it again. I mean, if it looks okay to you guys, please let me know. If there's issues, like if you guys aren't like seeing things well and whatnot, let me know. I mean, there's not going to be much I'm going to be able to do, I don't think. But I just want to know. Yeah, I want that going. None of my things would have changed. Yeah, all my stuff is still the same. Quality is fine, I think. Your webcam is lagging behind the audio. Oh! What the hell? What the hell? That might be something you could maybe fix on your end, I think? Just kind of starting and restarting? Like pausing and unpausing the stream might be able to fix that lag, because that's like a common Twitch thing that does happen after a while. Hold on, I've got my thing open. So I'll just kind of speak quick and then mute my mic just so I can see if there is a delay. So here we go. Okay, I'm not getting a delay from the audio when I'm looking at it through myself. So you may just have to pause and unpause, and I can already see things kind of a tiny bit little fuzzy, but not completely unwatchable. Plus, I mean, this is going to be going up on YouTube later on anyway, so if we really need to see it in slightly better quality, it'll be there. Restarting did help? Okay, good. Glad it helped. Glad it definitely helped. You guys could also help yourselves by going and checking out Lumimari. Absolutely fantastic friend of mine. Was playing through some Crash Bandicoot quite recently and having an okay-ish time with it. Okay-ish when the game was being nice. Not so okay-ish when the game was being an asshole with camera angles. You would never expect how many noises of frustration and anger could come out of one small person. So please go check her out. You'll be not sorry. Alright, let's kind of continue on a little bit then. I was ready and waiting for you there, Mari. I was ready and waiting. I hope you're doing well, though, by the way. I hope your day's been going well. In particular, there's quite a few Kansai-style boiled obanzai dishes. You can definitely see her master's influence at work. Yeah, this really is impressive. You're definitely getting... Yumiko? As I'm savoring a piece of beef wrapped neatly in seaweed, I happen to glance over at Yumiko. She's facing my way, but I definitely don't have her attention. It looks like she's staring off far into the distance. Hey, Yumiko.
ユージ、どうしたの?
Finally realizing that I'm speaking, Yumiko hurriedly shakes her head and smiles. That's my line. What's the matter with you all of a sudden?
なんでもない.
Really? After meeting my gaze for a moment, Yumiko lets out a little sigh.
なんか二人きりでいると落ち着かなくなる時があるの.
Okay, also now suddenly my bitrate is stabilized. Okay, I think it was just some kind of something just acting up. That's fine though. Hey, it's unlike back in my old house, my old place, with the old internet, that was constantly fucking up. Oh my god. How many times did I have to, like, cancel or end stream early because of that? Too many times to count. I can take a little hiccup here and there, like, I can take a hiccup. Like, honestly, the internet here is a godsend compared to where I was. You may not think it. Like, you may not think it. It's like, yeah, I moved further north from where I used to be, away from larger cities, yet my internet is better. More stable. Thank you for the Yumiko monkey. Ah, damn it, I forgot to get that one thing I wanted. I keep forgetting to add a specific thing to the sound alerts. There's one sound alert I want to get. I won't say what it is, but it's pure cringe, and I love it. I love it because it's cringe. Alright. One day I'll remember. One day. But not today. Restless? Am I making you nervous somehow?
そんなことは全然ないの。なんというか、ユージといてすごく楽しいし、嬉しいんだけど、二人きりでいるのが時々不自然に思えるような気がしちゃって。
Being alone with him feels unnatural. I don't like the sound of that. Hmm.
なんか変ね、私。気にしないで。一過性のものだと思うわ。
Smiling half-heartedly, she tries to downplay her feelings. Seems like I was right on the money. Little by little, Yumiko's friends are finding their way deeper into her heart. She may not realize it herself just yet, but on an emotional level, the change seems to be well underway. Shouldn't be too long before the truth dawns on her. Yeah, I think you'll be getting past that soon enough. As I pat her on the head, Yumiko looks at me with bewilderment in her eyes. After all the time she spent projecting any form of contact with others, she's finally trying to find her way back into a social circle of sorts. That's no less worthy of celebration than the victory which brought peace to our lives.
一日中歩き回ってしまったわね。
Yeah, we've been wandering around ever since this morning. Don't think there's many places we haven't seen by now. Even after our lunch, we ended up spending nearly half a day sightseeing around the area. Among other things, we visited historic ruins at the top of a nearby hill, and stopped by a viewing platform from which Mount Fuji's visible. It might have been boring without each other's company, but Yumiko seemed to enjoy the experience.
それで、これからどうするの?
Well, I've made reservations at an inn, of course. My answer's delivered casually enough, but for some reason it prompts my girlfriend to avert her eyes bashfully. Sorry, why are you getting all shy about that?
だって、
Her voice barely above a whisper, Yumiko hesitantly continues.
当たり前だけど、一緒に泊まるのよね、ユージと。
Yumiko, if I played the uncensored version that would get me banned from Steam, this route literally starts off with shower sex in a bunny suit. Don't give me this bashful bullshit. This girl, I swear. It hasn't been that long since she threw herself at me in a bunny girl suit, and now she's going all pure and innocent? Is she deliberately messing with me? Is there something wrong with her memory? He's ready to call her out on it. How many times have I fallen for that look she's got on her face right now? Yumiko,
何？
Pulling Yumiko into my arms, I bring my mouth to her ear. She needs to hear every word of this. Oh, God. No! Dude, that's cringe! That's cringy! Tonight, I'll show you a whole new world.
ユージ
This would be the perfect time to play monkey. You don't fight fair, woman. No matter how much experience you get, you always act like it's your first time. I never seem to get the upper hand. But this time, I'm gonna make damn sure you can't forget about me. Bro. That's all I wanted to say. Let's get going, shall we? From all appearances, Yumiko's been struck by a sudden fever. Her eyes are glassy and unfocused. I end up having to practically carry her up the hill to our inn. Dude. Wow. The place we're staying at tonight is situated at a nice high location, and the view from our room spectacular. Dinner was fairly simple. Nothing too extravagant, but well worth the money I spent on it. Of course, even if it hadn't lived up to expectations, I doubt Yumiko would have cared much in her current state. You got her all hot and bothered now. Apparently my little declaration earlier had something of an effect. Her head's been up in the clouds all evening, and there's a constant flush on her cheeks. Want to get in the bath, Yumiko?
Submit!
Oh my god. Nothing beats that. Holy shit. I know you had to, and I thank you for it, Nick. Without the slightest resistance, she begins removing her yukata. One of the main selling points of this inn is the family-sized bath that comes with every room. The privacy that offers was part of the reason I chose this place, but looking at Yumiko's current condition, I'm doubly thankful for their system. Oh, good Christ. When the girl's in heat like this, I wouldn't want to leave her alone anywhere. Not even the bath. Maybe I went a little overboard earlier. Oh. That's actually a nice little CG. As we enter the bath together, Yumiko slowly drifts closer to me.
もうどうしてあんなこと言ったのよ
Because that's Yuji. Everything he says and does is to get a rise out of people, whether intentionally or not. Somewhat belatedly, she murmurs a complaint about my comment.
あの言葉のおかげで全然お料理も景色も上の空だったわ
Seemed that way, yeah.
ずっとユージのことだけ考えちゃってた
A gentle breeze clears the steam between us. In the faint light of the outdoor bath, Yumiko's body comes into view. I swear to God, game. If you just decide at this one moment you're gonna be an uncensored game, I swear to Christ. Yumiko? I stroke her cheek. she reacts with a small, ticklish sound. Oh. Okay, that's also a cute CG. A moment later, I pull her close and press my lips to hers.
Yuji.
Normally, Yumiko blushes and averts her eyes after every kiss. But this time, she gazes steadily up at me.
Yuji. 大好き.
In response to this sweet little whisper, I kiss her once again. God damn, that was actually really nice. Like, that was really nice. That is some real romantic shit right there. Yeah. I love cute shit, guys, okay? I love cute stuff. Don't at me. You know how I am. You know what I like. Having enjoyed a lengthy soak in the bath, the two of us head out for a night stroll on the beach. There's a large swimming spot not far from here, so the area immediately next to our inn is surprisingly quiet. At a glance, there doesn't seem to be anyone else out on the sand.
まだ早い時間なのに誰もいないのね.
Well, the shops all seem to close up pretty early here. Without any entertainment, there's not much reason to go out. The night sky is clear, except for a pale crescent moon and a few thin wisps of cloud. Apart from the boisterous chorus of chirping insects, the world seems to have fallen completely silent.
でも星が綺麗.
The stars, huh? Following Yumiko's example, I craned my neck back a little. The black expanse above us is full of countless twinkling lights. The air's clean enough in Mishima Cape, but the stars in Nishizu feel so close that I'm tempted to reach up and touch them. Yeah. They're beautiful, all right.
でしょ?
As Yumiko smiles gently, I move to her side, and we proceed to stroll slowly along the beach. I'm gonna ruin this moment by
セーブするわ.
saving right now?
シナリオ進行度の確認をするわよ.
We're 2/3 of the way down the route. There's something distinctly calm and mature about the look on her face. Makes for quite a contrast with the way she behaved this afternoon. A few hours ago, she was grinning in childish delight as we walked arm in arm. A little later, she was happily stuffing her face full of steamed buns. And not too long after that, her eyes were sparkling as we looked around that odd souvenir shop. Practically every hour, I got to see a totally new expression. I guess little discoveries like that are one of the special privileges that come with being a boyfriend. It's not wrong. After a while, I realize Yumiko's smiling to herself as we walk. Seeing that, I find myself hoping that she's thinking something as sappy as I am. Guess I'm starting to get used to this whole boyfriend deal.
ねえユージ.
Yeah?
私はまだ何もできない未熟者よ.
Yumiko?
掃除は下手だし、料理だって失敗するし、はしゃぎすぎてユージに迷惑をかけてしまうことだってある。それが 今の私。でもだからこそもっと頑張りたいって今日改めてそう思ったの。
I see. In the face of Yumiko's earnest confession, I offer only the simplest of responses.
私ユージと一緒にここへ来れて本当によかった。
Yeah. I feel exactly the same way. Following my example, Yumiko replies only briefly. We don't need to say anything more to convey our feelings. There's something very satisfying about that.
それに今日はとても楽しかった。私のお願いを聞いてくれて嬉しかった。今日のためにいろいろと準備してくれて。だからありがとう、ユージ。
Right now, Yumiko can express her gratitude simply and naturally. That might not sound like much, but it's clear proof of how much she's changed. Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed yourself. Nobody wants your apologies. Try gratitude instead. I spoke those words to Yumiko on an airplane, what feels like a lifetime ago. And now, she's living by them. More than anything else, that makes me happy. Yumiko nods firmly to herself. Despite my best efforts, I can't suppress a mildly wicked smirk. That said, it's a little early to be thanking me.
どうして？
Ignoring Yumiko's question, I glanced down at my wristwatch. It's about time. Look up at the sky, Yumiko.
空？
Craning her neck back, Yumiko stares upward. Do not tell me it's like a meteor shower. Apart from the moon and the twinkling stars, the sky above us is dark and empty. But suddenly, with a dramatic boom, it's filled with light. Oh, fireworks. Okay. Red, blue, yellow. Bursts of brilliant colors spread across the black canvas of the sky, then scatter and fade. One after another, the sounds of explosions fill the air. More and more lights rise up and bloom in the darkness, their colors blending together. We're not far from the place where they'd been launched. Although the quantity of fireworks is relatively modest, their sheer size and power is almost overwhelming. In the light of the fireworks, Yumiko's white skin is dyed fantastical shades of red and blue. Captivated by the constant barrage of light and sound, she stares fixedly at the spectacle unfolding before us. Ever since she was very young, Yumiko dreamed of seeing a fireworks show up close. Her face is filled with the innocent wonder of a child seeing magic performed for the very first time.
これが上がるのを知ってて？
Clearly he knew, because he looked at his wristwatch. Like, obviously he knew. This man is a master planner. Like, he's a literal master planner. Yep.
嬉しい。覚えててくれたのね、あの時の話。
Not long ago, Yumiko told me about the small wish she's carried with her since childhood. Now that it's been granted, if a bit belatedly, the smile on her face speaks of both loneliness and relief. Is she thinking of the isolated girl she used to be? Or savoring the happiness she's found in the present? Only Yumiko could say for sure. But whatever the case may be, I think she's put another piece of emotional baggage behind her for good.
今日花火大会があるなんて知らなかったわ。
Of course not. This is a private show for us, after all.
それってどういうこと？
This motherfucker set up a private fireworks display just for her. Okay, as much as he can be a dickbag, this man knows how to make people happy. He knows how to actually brighten their... Holy shit. Holy shit. This is like boyfriend... This is husband material at this point. Marry this man. Oh my god. I mean exactly what I said. We made the necessary preparations, and we set off these fireworks. Simple as that.
それだけのことって一体どうしたの？打ち上げ花火ってすごくお金がかかるのでしょ？
Yeah, of course. Despite my casual response, Yumiko watches the colors burst across the sky with an expression of growing dismay.
さすがにこれはお金を使いすぎじゃないのかしら。
If the cash was coming out of my wallet, I'd be inclined to agree with you. Remember what Chizuru said? Out the school's leftover money. Oh my god. He did not take it all to use it on her for this one fireworks display, did he?
ええ、みんなで使い方を考えるようにって。
Halfway through her sentence, Yumiko's eyes go wide with shock.
まさか。
That's right. We all agreed to spend it on this fireworks display for you.
だってみんなのお金になるはずなのに。
And everyone decided that this would be the best possible use for it.
みんなが。
You owe her a paycheck? You don't owe her jack shit. This is that leftover cash, like probably close to $1 million. And he spent it on fireworks for Yumiko. That's actually adorable. Yumiko looks down with guilt in her eyes.
そんなの私にはもったいないわ。
Why not?
だってそうでしょ？学園に戻ってくることができたのもみんなのおかげだし、私個人のために講師までやってくれているのに、ちょっとからかわれたぐらいで腹を立てたりして。
I'll catch up with this later, dinner. Alright, Nick. Enjoy dinner, buddy.
なのに、あの子たちに私はまだ何も返せていないわ。だから、こんなにしてもらって申し訳な。
No apologies, Yumiko. Just as Yumiko is about to fall back on one of her bad habits, I gently intercede. If you've got the energy to spend on feeling guilty, then use it to show your gratitude.
感謝で。
After a moment of thought, Yumiko nods empathetically. Or empathetically.
そうね。
Whatever.
みんなに感謝しなきゃね。
One after the other, the colorful fireworks light up the night sky. For a while, we simply watch in entranced silence.
こんなに綺麗な花火ならみんなで見たかったわ。
Still staring up at the sky, Yumiko murmurs a few heartfelt words. What? Don't like being alone with me?
うん、不満とかじゃないの。むしろ幸せよ。そこだけが私の求めていた終着点じゃなかったのは確かだわ。
Oh?
あまねに料理を習ったり、メイド服を着て中庭を掃除したり、なんていうか大声を出してバタバタと走り回って賑やかに過ごす時間、二人きりの時間が欲しかったのも確かだけど、本当は私みんなと一緒にいる時間が何よりも大切に感じてたのね。
That's it, Yumiko. As the words leave her mouth, she offers me her brightest smile of the day. Now that she's sorted all that out, I suppose it's no longer any reason to hide the truth. Oh my, they were all here the entire time! They were here the whole time. Are you kidding me, dude? Well, everyone, you heard the lady.
Huh?
Once I give the signal, a number of familiar faces emerge from the thicket behind us.
もうお兄ちゃんネタバレすんのちょっと早くねえか
You think? Felt like the perfect moment to me.
いいえ、ここはもっと榊さんの感情を高ぶらせて泣きに入るところまで持っていかないと効果が薄いかと思います。
But this will drive her to tears finally, being surrounded by all of her friends. It works! My bad.
みんなずっとさっきからここにいたの？
そうよせっかくの花火なんだから一緒に見なきゃって
Oh
ユ
my
ージ
god.
のせいでタイミング悪かったけど本当はもうちょっと後からの登場予定だったんだけどユージが早く漏らしすぎと書いて早漏ね
Bitch, please. Look, people. Even putting aside Amane's vulgar attempt at a joke, I don't think I really deserve this level of criticism. Guess I'll write it off as a bit of jealousy overcoming us out here alone. Over us coming out here alone, sorry.
というわけごめんねユミコ黙ってついてきちゃったけど怒った
So Yumiko's feeling of being watched was correct the entire time. Oh, hey Brozard, enjoy your lurk. Hope your day has been going well. Rather than answering Amane, Yumiko hangs her head in silence.
あれれユミちゃんこれマジ怒りじゃねちょっと私悪くないからね
Oh my
最
god.
初に言い出したの私だからねいやそうじゃなくて
God damn it, Michiru.
みちる様、みちる様、気をお静めになってください。
ユミコごめん本当に怒ってる
Just as our classmates are starting to panic, Yumiko suddenly looks up at them.
ありがとう、みんな。
And with a truly vibrant smile on her face, she expresses her gratitude.
ごめんなさいあれ
Oh, Michiru.
ありゃ怒ってなかったの
どうして？怒るようなことなんか何もないと思うけど。
いやでも二人きりでいるとこ邪魔しちゃったし悪いかなって
Yumiko shakes her head slowly.
確かにユージと二人きりでいたいって思った時もあったし、最初叶った時は嬉しかった。けどそれは普通の生活が恵まれていたからこそ出てきた私のわがままだって気づいたのよ。
Little by little, Yumiko's come to understand the nature of her situation. And now, she's finally able to express it in her own words.
だからありがとう。私はもうずっと前から幸せになってたのね。
I love this.
あなたたちのおかげで。ね。
For a long moment, everyone stares at Yumiko in shock. But just as the silence is beginning to grow slightly uncomfortable,
もう息苦しいわね
a certain bottle blonde predictably feels the need to explode.
松島さん？
As concern spreads across Yumiko's face, Michiru jabs a finger empathetically in her direction.
あのねユミコそういう破壊力抜群のデレはもっともったいつけてから言いなさいよね
God.
いきなり言われたから死んじゃうかと思ったわよ
ユミコのありがとうの力を改めて思い知ったわね。
It's something you haven't heard very often.
ちょっと気を失うかと思いました。
Okay, you guys are taking a little too far.
くっそ、デレ属性強えな。妹キャラとか速攻吹き飛ばされんじゃん。
Faced with an unexpected chorus of acclaim, Yumiko is left quite obviously perplexed.
悪いことじゃないのよね。
そうよ。スーパーいいことつうか恵まれすぎなんだから、あんたもっともっと感謝しなさいよね。
はい。
私たちだってあんたに救われる時もたくさんあるんだからね。
松島さん、
なんでもないって。
You did fucking say don't lie, Michiru. Don't lie. Apparently looking to draw attention away from her remark, Michiru walks over and pushes Yumiko in my direction.
さあ、二人ともどうせ写真とか撮ってないでしょ。せっかくだから撮ってあげるわよ。ほら、並んで並んで。
And this is why Michiru is my favorite. Come to think of it, we didn't take a single photo, did we?
言われてみれば。
Michiru's not usually so open about her thoughtfulness. Something about this bothers me slightly, but I'm still grateful. Then again, when my instincts start nagging me like this, they often end up proving accurate in the long run.
マキナ、携帯貸して。これのカメラが一番性能良かったでしょ。
Not waiting for a response, Michiru snatches the cell phone in question out of Makina's hands.
ああ、いいけどチルチル。それまだモードの切り替えが済んでないのよさ。はいはい、並んで並んで。
The moment Michiru speaks these words, I realize the vague uneasiness inside me is rapidly transforming into a clear premonition of impending disaster. Makina's cell phone isn't just capable of taking photos. Right. It's got another function. The one she used to capture Yumiko's foolishness. Oh my god, the can't. She's gonna try to take a picture, but she's gonna take a video. The memory of an earnest, "Welcome home, Yuji, Pyong," echoes through my mind. And in that very same instant... Oh no. Oh no. They watched us in the bath. Oh. Run. Just run. Her face frozen in a smile, Yumiko stops moving entirely. Makina, Michiru, everybody, run. For a moment, no one's quite sure what's happened.
再生押しちゃった。
Makina hurriedly snatches the cell phone away. Amane presses a palm to her forehead. Michiru's face stiffens with fear. Sachi goes completely expressionless. Given these reactions, and the sound that just emerged from that phone, there's only one possible explanation. Please don't tell me. Taking a step forward, I heave a small sigh, then ask the obvious question. Were you people spying on us?
いやいやいやいや、何言ってんすか、ユージさん。そんな
な人の道に外れたことするわけないじゃないですか。ねえ、マキナさん。
That's exactly what you guys did.
チルチル、もう諦めた方がいいと思うのよさ。
いや、諦めたとかマジわけわかんないし。っていうか、口裏合わせなさいよ。あんたがそんなんじゃ。って、何？ユミコの方を見ろって？
Oh no.
手遅れですね。これは。
Judging from the obvious tension in her shoulders, Yumiko's reached the same conclusion as me. She's visibly seething with rage.
ユミコ落ち着いて、落ち着いて。
Run! Ignoring Michiru completely, Yumiko slowly reaches into her breast pocket. She's gonna pull the box cutter out for the first time in fucking ever.
さっきコンビニでとても懐かしいものに出会ったの。
As the words leave her mouth, she sways menacingly forward.
文房具なんだけどね。二度と使うまいと思ってたんだけど、つい買っちゃって。バカにゃ、私。
Her voice at first oddly soft and calm, slowly grows more and more intense. And finally, she pulls her hand out of her pocket, along with her old friend.
でも。今はそのバカな私を褒めてやりたい気分でいっぱいだわ。待ちなさい。その存在ごと切り裂いて消してあげるわ。
やべえ。Holy shit! They deserve this.
ちょっとユミコ、もうそういう過去の自分とはさよならしたんじゃなかったの？
Look at Yuji's like shit-eating grin back there. I was like, yep, they had this coming.
そうね、あなたたちと一緒にさよならするわ。
ユミちゃんが怒った。マジで怒ったのよさ。
これはもう皆さん多少の傷は覚悟しなきゃいけないかもですね。それは勘弁して。
So much for that nice sentimental mood we had going there. It's turned into something of a slapstick farce instead. Guess a simple happy ending was too much to expect from these people. Our classmates flee in all directions, shrieking at the top of their lungs. Yumiko pursues them like a vengeful god.
待ちなさい。ミチル、マキナ、サチ、あとアナね。ユミコごめん。つい下心で。ミチル様、それを言うなら出来心です。念のため。どうでもいいけど、誰かちゃんと土下座して謝りなさいよ。
There is no forgiveness.
もうちょい逃げて時間稼がないとユミちゃんの血の気が収まんないのよさ。
You don't gotta be faster than Yumiko, you just gotta be faster than the one behind you.
時間が解決すると思うんじゃないわ。未来まで追いかける。
Given all the violent threats she's currently making, I suppose Yumiko's retracted her sweet comments from earlier. Still. Nice to see they've gotten closer at least. Even as she chases her classmates around, Yumiko's calling them all by their first names. When things calm down a little, I'll have to point that out. Should be a good way to help them make up. Watching my girlfriend and her classmates make a public nuisance of themselves, I quietly pray that we've got many more days like this one in store. You want her to have more days of chasing them with a box cutter? Yuji, you are one sick motherfucker. That's the end of her after story? Okay. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I didn't think I would finish her after story today, but that's a good way to do it. I mean, we know how it goes from here. They eventually do get married and they have a kid. This is just a nice little stepping stone after. Oh. This was just cuteness overload, guys. Like, wow. They weren't kidding when they said this was a Yumiko after story. This was all about Yumiko. Hey, any given chance? How's it going? I showed up at the right moment. Yeah, I hope your day's going well. Yeah, I showed up right here at the end. Her chasing everyone off with a box cutter. And now we get a nice sweet song that I'm sure Twitch is gonna mute. Oh well. It is what it is. But hey, we finished an after story. Yeah, we get to see all the CGs again. Okay, this is a real this is an It was actually a fairly short. If it was fairly short, but that's fine. It's just kind of a little. Here's something that happened after her route from the first game. It doesn't have to be super long and intense. After story ending theme, Angel. Are they all gonna have the same after story song? Maybe. Kind of cool that it's interspersed with the CGs from her route in the first game, not just the ones from here. Which ones you finished so far? After story wise, just Yumiko. I've also finished the main route for Labyrinth, so all of Yuji's actual story. So we're just gonna go through the after stories now. And the extras. Before we eventually move on into Eden. That's gonna be a while. Quite a while. Okay, this after story just kind of further cements Yumiko is the best character, is the best girl for Yuji story-wise. Her route is the best, ending on like the best way, and this after story just magnifies that. Like, no question. As much as I personally love Michiru, Yumiko is like best girl for Yuji. The way they connect to each other, and the way he goes out of his way to do things like that for her. Hey, I never saw this! What the fuck, game? You're just gonna show me this... Just show me Yumiko and a yukata that I didn't get to see? Go to hell, game! Still, yeah. Absolutely, Yumiko is like #1 girl for Yuji. This after story has cemented that still. Jury's out, and whether the other after stories will, you know, usurp this one, but we'll see. This was good. I like this a lot. It's good to get back to Grisaia. I'm glad we're doing a Grisaia week, basically, this week. I'm glad. That fireworks CG is beautiful. I love it. I'm glad it stopped after this, because if they tried to continue to a little bit more after this whole fireworks heartfelt moment thing, I think it would have ruined it. It would have gone on too long. It ended just right. So bravo. Just Bravo. That was I.
グリザイアの迷宮
There it is.
おまけよ
CG
CG
gallery.
の鑑賞するわよ
Yeah, what the fuck? Where is it? Why isn't that Yukata one here? That's a bunch of bullshit. I missed the Yuji story. What did you think of it? I didn't like it at first. It wasn't like a super... I mean, I like that we were seeing more into his stuff. I wasn't a big fan of like all the stuff with him training with the Marines over in America. That felt like it went on too long, adding a lot of characters that, in the end, kind of didn't really do much, but I grew to like it. I grew to like it a lot more. The ending of his story, though, what the fuck? Just, what the fuck?
環境を設定すシナリオ進行度の確認をするわよ
But I did enjoy it. I like where it goes. We got more context for everything Yuji does now, and has done. How fucked up his life is, and it's amazing Asuka was able to kind of put him back together somewhat as a person. With, you know, I guess him going here to Mihama helped fill in the gaps she couldn't, you know, do herself. No, I'm gonna change the sound
音量
now.
の設定をするわよ
So, like I had kind of said, I'm going to be doing these routes, the after story routes, backwards from how I did them back in Fruit. So we had started with Michiru, went Amane, Sachi, or Sachi, Amane, Makina, and then Yumiko. Meaning, when we do this next, we'll be doing... Wow, why are you so quiet? We'll be doing Makina's after story. So she's up next on the docket. So yeah. Man, look at that. It's about 2 hours in, so perfect. Like, absolutely perfect. Everything stabilized at the perfect time, too. Sorry, I'm just getting some stuff prepped. Oh god, I gotta pee. That tea went right through me. That tea really did just shoot right through me. So I'm satisfied. I'm very satisfied with today so far. I mean, not today, stream. Satisfied with where we left off. Ended off today. That's the words. I'm trying to speak words. Failing spectacularly, but I'm words. Oh, okay. Alright, let's just get here so I can close the game out. Alright, where are we at? Yeah, awesome. Let me get, I actually got a fair bit of people here, so we're gonna raid out today, 100%. We're definitely raiding out. Who we go to, I got 2 people in mind. I'm probably gonna go to one of them. Well, obviously I have to go to one of them. I can't go to both. I'm just trying to wait for them to actually start. But I'll make this somewhat quick either way. There it is. Schedule for the rest of the week. I have nothing scheduled for tomorrow, but I could possibly kind of pop on for a little bit of a Gunpla and chill. We do still have to finish the Rising Freedom Gundam. We've only got the main body and part of its backpack done. We need to get the wings. So, may or may not do that tomorrow. But actual for sure stream should be Thursday at 6 for more Labyrinth. Because, you know, I have it down there. We gotta play some more Labyrinth. We can start into the next route. The next after story. We can start Machina's after story. I'm sorry, I don't like Machina. I really don't like Machina that much, guys. You all know that. But who knows? Maybe her after story will be better. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it all. Alright, so I'm gonna send you guys off to Oracle. She is, well, friend of mine, friend of the channel as well. And, yeah, she hasn't started just yet, so who knows? Maybe just, me sending this raid off into her will get her to get out of her screen, her starting soon screen. Am I mean? Maybe. Am I gonna change? Not really. So, anyway. Also, I forgot raid message. Raid everything. Yeah. If you would like to, feel free to use either of those. If you so choose. But yeah, thank you everyone, you know, for watching, commenting, and lurking. I appreciate it very, very much. Next time you guys will for sure see me will be Thursday at about 6 o'clock for more Labyrinth. So, I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your night, and let's send some love off to Oracle.